Hello and welcome back. This is Unit 2, Lesson 1, one-step equations. The moment we've all been waiting for, right? With algebra, we are going to be solving equations now. Hopefully you're a little bit excited about it. Maybe not quite as excited as I am, but that's okay. When we solve equations, we have one goal, and that is to get the variable alone. And remember, the variable is going to be the symbol that stands for something, a number or numbers, we don't know. So the goal is usually a letter, oftentimes X. The goal is to get that alone. In order to do that, we are going to do the opposite operation. We're going to do the opposite operation, and that is how we are going to get the variable alone. Just a reminder here that as we do this, you should be taking notes and then using those notes to complete the assignment that is associated with the video. So we're doing the opposite operation, and let's just review what the opposite operations would be. So we've got the opposite of addition, which is subtraction. Right? The opposite of adding something or giving something is taking something away. So the opposite of addition is subtraction. The opposite of subtraction is then addition. Same thing, different order, right? And the opposite of multiplication is division. And the opposite of division, of separating, is multiplying, which is making more. Okay. So now that we are refreshed and remember what the opposite of the operations are, we're going to do some examples here together. And then we've got some more examples that I would like you to try on your own. And then once you pause the video and try it, then I'll go over the answers too. That will really help you with your assignment. But for now, just follow along with me on these ones. So we have x plus 3 equals 6. We want to get x by itself. So we need to do the opposite operation of addition. The opposite of addition is, if we remember, it's subtraction. So we are going to subtract 3. Now, this is important. Equations are like scales. Whatever you do to one side of this equal sign, you have to do to the other to make it true. So we subtract 3 from the left, we also have to subtract 3 from the right. You always have to do the same thing to both sides. That is very important. We're going to do the same. To both sides of the equation. Very important. I think you get the picture. Okay, so back to our example. We're going to subtract 3 from both sides. When you do 3 minus 3, that goes away. It leaves you with 0. So now on this side of the equation, we have x, and x equals 6 minus 3, which is 3. That is our answer. X equals 3. Let's go over here. We have the opposite of subtraction, which is going to be addition. So we're going to do x plus 7, or x minus 7. We're going to add 7 here, and we're going to add 7 to the other side as well. And what do we get? We have minus 7 plus 7 goes away. We have x equals 0 plus 7, which is 7. And remember, we did the same thing on both sides of that equal sign. We added 7 to both sides. Okay. When you see, like this, a coefficient or a number right next to a variable, that means multiply. Multiply, 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 multiply. So this says 9 times x, essentially. So we need to do the opposite of multiplication. They're right next to each other. That means to multiply. So we're going to, instead of multiply, we're going to divide. We're going to divide both sides by 9 because we want to get that x alone. We have to do that to both sides of the equal sign here. So 9 divided by 9 is 1. You do not need to write 1x because if you just write the x, we know there's one of them. There it is. You can see it. So 9 divided by 9 is 1x equals 45 divided by 9 is 5, and x equals 5. On the computer, when you see this dash, this backdash, that means to divide. So there's really not a good way a lot of times to have this symbol for divide on the computer. So just know that when you see that guy, that means to divide. So this says x divided by 2. And what is the opposite of divided by? Multiply. So we're going to multiply both sides by 2. So I want to take this whole thing and multiply it by 2. And I want to do 4 times 2 as well. So 2 times x over 2. Those 2's go away. We have x equals 8. Because 4 times 2 is 8. So it was an example of each kind of the opposite operation. Ooh. And here's the big picture again if you need to take a picture of it or write your notes down. That's everything that we went over. And now we have some more examples. So I want you to pause this video and try them. Try each of them. It should take you a little while. You will get credit for watching your video. This will help you with your homework assignment. So get some paper, get a pencil or a pen, whatever you need, and try all of these out. There are only 8 of them. So I'm going to let you, I feel like Dora the Explorer. Go ahead and pause now. Okay, and now I'm guessing that you are back after trying these. So I'm going to go ahead and go over them and we'll see if we got the right answers. I'm going to go a little more quickly here because I'm trusting that you've already tried them. All right, so we have a, which is our variable this time. It's the first time we didn't see x, but it's the same deal. We got a minus a equals 2. So I have to think to myself, what's the opposite of subtraction? We know that's addition. We're going to add 8 to both sides of that equal sign. So we have a equals 2 plus 8, which is 10. Ta-da! Nice. All right, here we've got 2y equals 100. We know that when we see these two right next to each other, that means to multiply, remember. So now we have to do the opposite, which is divide. I'm going to divide both sides by 2, because we have to do it like a scale. Keep them even. 2y divided by 2, that leaves us with 1y left, equals 50. This is my favorite part of algebra, solving equations. Here was a one that might have tricked you or tripped you up. I put it in there on purpose so we could talk about it. We have x divided by 8 equals 0. The opposite of divided by is multiply, so I'm going to do multiply both sides by 8. You can either rewrite it next to each other or under it or the side. I'm not super picky about that as long as I can see, and remember the dot means to multiply now, that you're multiplying. So you could also rewrite it if you wanted to, but we don't have to do that. Okay, so we've got divided by, the opposite of divided by is multiply, so now I'm left with x equals 0 times 8, which is 0. That's why it might have been tricky, because we actually ended up with 0. Remember, anything times 0 is 0. Now we have 3 plus x equals 7. This one is a little tricky because the x isn't first. We have the 3 first, but this is a positive 3. So what's the opposite of having this positive 3? It's still going to be subtraction, like addition, so to speak, because it's positive. So we're going to do minus 3 on this side and minus 3 on that side. We are left with x equals 4. All right. It's like Christmas. I don't know why I switched from red to green, but that's okay. All right. We have division. Go back to red. Division, the opposite is multiplication. We're going to multiply each side by 4. We've got x equals 16. Now we've got multiplication here. So we want to do the opposite, which is division. We're going to divide both sides by 9, and that means divided by, when you have something over top, we've got y equals 9. 81 divided by 9 is 9. You definitely can always use a calculator too. I mean, I know I'm not there to see you, but if we were in class, I'd be letting you use calculators. We have n minus 9 equals 1. We're going to add 9 instead to both sides. So we've got n equals 10. Ta-da! And we are done. That is it. We're always doing the opposite. And there are all our examples at one time. All right, I hope that you have a great day, and if you have any extra questions, you know how to get a hold of me.